And then I shot her leg.
Wow, you shouldn't really do that. That's
I know.
really a bit of an overreaction, honestly.
Wow. I was in the way.
That makes sense.
Right, funny.
She did.
Oh, now your gummy bear song is stuck in my head.
Gummy bears, you got me running, jumping everywhere.
Just sitting here like singing.
Oh.
Are we still on the starting screen?
Yeah, we are on the starting screen.
Okay, just manage.
We're good. We're
Mike's
We're on
hot?
the starting stream.
so hot. So hot right now.
So hot right now.
Good. Yes, Mystical. I'm glad. Everybody should be singing that song.
Yeah.
It's the best song ever.
Ever?
Oh, that never ends?
It's called hyperbole, Evelyn. Look it up in a dictionary.
I had lots of dice. Darn tootin'.
All right.
Ready for this?
So that's the beginning of a song. Okay. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, we have Kayla, the Time Lord's wife.
Let's see. Many gummy bears handle it.
Yes.
No, I'm surprised Josh has not appeared, the wild Josh, and by summoning.
We have summoned him with our offerings of gummy bears.
Gummy bear, gummy bear, gummy bear, gummy bear. Hello, guys. Comes in.
He got so salty that we didn't have a stream on Tuesday, so he's boycotting.
Oh, our sound is gone, apparently. Danny's saying, Robert says
Still
it's
there for me, says Phantom.
That just means Danny hit the mute button. Dink!
Okay, and Real Long Shot says he still hears us, so I think we're...
Starting!
Oh,
no!
Now that I looked good in that one. Oh, wait.
I looked great.
All right. Yes.
Yes, you did. It looks fabulous.
It's us.
Us.
Put it all together.
That sucks.
Oh, they're saying they can't hear you, Kayla.
They can't hear
You
Kayla?
definitely can't hear me because I am same thing as last time, guys. I didn't have my thing unmuted. You know, it's just
just pure
yeah, it's great.
professionalism here.
Y'all can totally tell this is my first time streaming.
We're keeping it consistent across both of the one shots, though. Like, keep it consistent.
Edit it out in post. Just edit it out in post. Oh goodness sakes. So, guys, while I am setting up the other cameras, because again, I am totally behind today, forgive me, I have to set up the map stuff on the orientation for that. In the meantime, go ahead and introduce your characters for me, and of course yourselves. You guys know who they are, but we're gonna have them do introductions anyways while I fix some things.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Whoever wants to, nose goes. Look.
Terry, you can go first because you're top.
Yeah, he's top left.
I never go first. This is unusual.
Yeah, Terry, go first.
I'm just not prepared.
Neither am I.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm Terry. If you didn't hear, they said my name. I'll be playing Bold Spell today, but I go by Spell, and Tabaxi, Sorcerer of Awesome, and I don't have a lot of interesting things to say, so I'm gonna pass the mic to Evelyn, I guess, because she's the one on the top.
Hi, everybody. I'm Evelyn. I am the partner here on BlueBoxRPG, so you can catch me here all the time. I also am a prop maker, so if you're looking to find me anywhere on the internet, it's at Theater Evie on Instagram and Twitter. Other than that, today I will be playing Theala Denathris. and she is a Eladrin cleric of Liara, and the grandmother of my bard from the other night, Ysira Denethris. So,
Terry's like, I'm Terry. This is my character. I don't know what else to say. Aunt Evelyn. She like professionally like
And she's
does
got
this whole
this
thing.
one.
She's like, like da-da-da. Hello, my name is Vivi. Today I will be playing Griselda the Crone. She is a mountain dwarf barbarian, level 20, with a mean case of rage and a meaner case of dementia. So this will be very interesting to see how everything comes along. You can find me on Instagram at the DM's Quest. I hate minis, do train, and do some DMing stuff. So all kinds of sorts of tabletop stuff. And I am dressed as Griselda today, as you can tell, with her messy bun and her hair undone, my old lady glasses, and my old lady cardigan.
So old.
Very old, as you can tell. Terry, do you want to shout out your socials?
Oh, yeah.
You should.
Machic ED for just like
Everywhere.
everything.
Everything.
Yeah. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I don't do Facebook, so actually I get to deactivate my account tomorrow, so I'm very excited.
Okay, to Rory.
Rory, you're the
Okay.
winner now.
I'm the winner. So my name's Rory, obviously. And I'll be playing Harold. And I am a very old 87-year-old barbarian, human. And yeah. Socials would be MeWe. You can find me there. Otherwise, you know, I don't know. He's lived a long life. Old, wrinkled, like think of the old wrinkled pug kind of face, very leathery, tan skin. Been out in the sun, been out in the wilderness, and it's kind of his jive. You'll also hear a voice in development because I don't have one right now. Because old people are hard to do.
They are not. See, here's a picture of Griselda. There she is. She's
Oh,
just
this
great.
is
We're very
Griselda.
similar. It's good. She's more beautiful than I.
And I am, as always, the winging it Time Lord's wife. Sorry, guys. Again, I looked over at the map screen and I was like, oh, there's no camera set up in there. I knew I was forgetting something. It's always something. You guys can find me on all social medias at Time Lord's wife, except for on Instagram where it's Timelords_wife for reasons. We will be, of course, be playing Rickety Reunion, where the cast members, will be playing as the grandparents that actually played on Tuesday's game. As we left off on Tuesday's game, the players themselves found they were trapped in a room with a hag who had actually they thought had stolen a couple children, but upon further discussing with the hag herself, they found out that the children were actually sold to her for about 100 gold apiece, which is quite a hefty sum for children, especially at this day and age. And with that, she has also... Let's see here. Sorry, working and talking is difficult. We're going to put that on pause for just a second. Her name, we did some retconning as well, Evie. Her full name is Dr. Brunhilde von Flan. So her surname is von Flan.
Well, as you're setting stuff up, do you want me to go ahead and do the sponsors rundown?
Please and thank you. That would be fantastic.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit more time so I can do sponsor stuff. All right, hello everyone. So here on BlueBoxRPG, we have a lot of really amazing sponsors, and we love to make sure that they get the proper shout out for supporting our streams and the content we are able to make over here with their generous help. First, as always, is Cozy Gamer. She makes beautiful dice. She sells them in her store. Check her link out. I just popped it in the chat. If you need the shiny math rocks, go check out Cozy Gamer. She's on Instagram, and you can see some of her stuff on there, as well as just heading over to her store to see all of the pretty things. Next, we have Mantic Games. They are the makers of Terrain Crate. They make also lots of just tons of different types of terrain and minis, and their stuff is incredible. So if you're looking for any sort of terrain or miniatures for your games, check out Mantic Games. Next up, we have Troll Lord Games. Troll Lord Games are actually the publishers of Castles and Crusades. So if you are ever in our Discord on a Friday night, you can join Robert and the rest of his crew for Friday Night Crusades, where they play Castles and Crusades over in our Discord channel every Friday night. So yes. And next, we have Frederica Draws. Frederica does all of our custom artwork for all of our characters for our main streams, as well as some of the other art that you'll see around our channel, including the one of our lovely DM Neuromancer. You can check her out on Instagram and check her out on her website to commission some art from her. Next, we have Mike Disney. He is also another artist of the mini painting and sometimes 2D variety. But you can see him actually on Twitch most early mornings painting minis and other things, and his work is really incredible. So check Mike out, he's awesome. And last but not least, we have Ferox Fabrication. They make all sorts of really useful tools to help with your mini painting goals. They make mini holders, they make things to store your brushes, wet palettes. They also make custom DM screens, as well as other wooden things. It's like signs and things that they carve. So check them out over on their on Instagram, as well as their Etsy channel. That is all of our lovely sponsors for BlueBoxRPG.
So, and the Castle on Crusades, is that happening Tuesday night too? Evelyn?
He's
Oh.
dealing with
Oh, I see. I
He
just
is away.
realized.
Yeah.
I realized. I see a little one there.
For Phantom stuff, you're
Yeah, I think-
inquiring?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
Friday nights, as far as I'm aware.
No, it's so
Right.
his one shot on Tuesday is
He's using Castles and Crusades for
Phantom's one shot.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
misunderstood.
Phantoms. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
So
he is using Castles and Crusades for the one shot as well.
so that'll be my first time participating in that, which I'm excited for.
Yes.
I'll probably die early.
Please don't. As the paladin in the team, please don't.
Yeah, we need all of
We
our
need a
people.
healer.
You're cute if you think I'm healing.
Actually, I have no idea. They're pre-gen characters, so I'll be honest. I,
I
have
know.
no idea what spells I have.
We'll find out on Tuesday. You're
No,
the
find out.
Sorry, if you die early, we're in trouble. What time on Tuesday? Are
It'll
they
be at
streaming?
the normal Greyhawk Awakening time, so it'll be starting at 5 Central.
It'll be at your regular scheduled time slot on Tuesday night.
Yes. And then our
Please
final
join us.
And then our final one shot this week is actually being run by Danny, the honeybee crafter. She's fabulous and we love her, and it's going to be very fun. And it is it's a little Clue themed. Yeah, we're playing Clue characters, and I'm really excited about this. So yes.
Thank you, by the way, for shouting out all those lovely sponsors. You guys have a fantastic list there. Like, honestly, thank you guys. I look at all of your work. Absolutely fantastic. Frederica Draws and Art of Mike Disney. He's like sponsors all over the place. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump into the game for the day. So where we left off, or actually where we left off in the day in the life of our characters. So they introduced their characters, but go ahead and give me like a brief description, you guys, of what you would be doing in a day in the life of your character, where we could find you right now. And we'll say that it could be any time of day, any location, as long as, you know, you're comfortable with that. We'll go ahead and start off with BB.
Griselda will be wandering aimlessly around town, lost and confused. However, her stomach will always lead her to the tavern for ale and food. So as lost as she is, the one thing that she cannot deny is her hunger. So yeah, that's where she'll be.
Perfect. And then let's go ahead to Rory.
Okay. Harold would be in a tavern, a bit in the corner though, with his back to the wall, just kind of being mellow and chill, just enjoying the age of himself and the whiskey he drinks.
Now, would you guys be in the same tavern or different towns, different taverns?
Sure. Griselda will be in the same tavern.
That'd be so cute if you guys got like houses next to each other and you're like, you know what, we adventured together for the rest of our lives. We might as well just get like a little plot of land. Like. So then there was another person that frequented taverns as well. Was that you, Terry?
Indeed it was. Spell would be regaling those within the town with the stories of his adventures and generously purchasing drinks for everyone that steps in and listens to him ever so kindly. Sitting around, watching as the townspeople come in and exit day in, day out. Though missing adventuring, being able to talk about it allows him to relive it.
And as you regale them with all of your tales of your travels, we'll go ahead and fade to black over to Evie and the day in the life of Fiala.
Fiala would find herself frequently in the Temple of Lyra, who is her Lyra, who is her deity. Though she does go throughout the town to bring aid and healing to whoever who might need. She has been adventuring for a very long time, and at the 20th level now, she finds that her skills might be more useful to the people who need her most.
Love it. As you guys are going about your daily duties, especially Fiala in the temple, as she's going about and she's looking over the wounded and cots, helping those that are sick, replacing cold packs and things like that on foreheads, saying prayers, laying incense. You also see the other three in the tavern, and you have apologies, let me switch this over to this one. You have Griselda, she is there and sitting about. Would you be sitting with Spell and Harold or by yourself?
Herself at the bar area.
Okay. And then Harold, would you also be by yourself or sitting with? You want to push a
You're
talk?
muted, Rory.
Yep, I would be in a corner with my aged whiskey along with my aged old self, just watching.
And then Terry, as you're telling your tales, are you going to be doing this just at a table or are you like on a stage?
No. I sit at a table and people come and visit me. They know I'm there every day, and so they enjoy listening to my tales.
Ooh, is that how you get some of your drinks paid for?
No, I actually pay for their drinks.
Ooh, generous of you. Must have gained a lot of coin in your travels.
Indeed. I prefer to let my kindness show in the tavern. You know, I'm old, I won't be around forever, and the money is merely an object to use while I'm still alive.
Mm-hmm. As you're going to go pay for another patron's drinks, you go to set down the coin, and as you go to hear them clink, no noise. And you all three see the room dim in light, and the air grows cold. In the middle of the tavern, you see wind being swept up, clouds of green and purple, and through the air you hear crackling, a crackle, and you see an image of your old, we'll call her frenemy, Brunhilde von Flan. And she's sitting there cackling in the middle of the tavern, and at the same time, Fiala in the middle of the temple. The exact same image spirals up before you.
Long time no see, my pretties. I can't hear you. This is a one-way message, but know this. I have your grandchildren. If you want them back, you will have to come get them.
And you see with that, the mist cycles down into a cyclone and gets sucked into the floor, and laying there on the floor is one raven's feather. And to it attached a note with directions. What do y'all do?
Spell's gonna
raven?
walk. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, was there a raven feather left in where with behind after my message, or is it just for them in the tavern?
For the one for the three in the tavern, since you guys were all together in the same area, and then the one for you, Diala, at the temple floor. It's like her calling card.
All right.
So Spell's gonna go over, and kind of squat down on his back legs. Look at it, not touch it yet. Just kind of study it. Interesting. Now we adventured together, right? The four of us.
Yes, you actually
Just verifying.
were an adventuring group. You guys actually reached level 20 together, and then after that, you guys decided to retire because there wasn't much adventuring to be done after that. You wanted to go ahead and just live relaxing lives.
So I'm gonna look over towards Harold, right, Rory? That's your character's name? Okay, good. That'll be an easy one to remember. Look over at Harold. Harold, it appears we've been summoned. And I'm just gonna kind of motion with my paw. Could you come over here, Meow?
Yeah, I know it's hard to tell, but I've been working on that for the last couple of seconds. On my way. Just hold on. And I'll throw back the rest of my whiskey, and with a bit of a less feeling of the pain, I'll get up and yeah, almost there. And then finally make my way there after a minute or so.
I'll look around, trying to find Griselda. You're at the bar, right? Right.
Yes, correct.
Vivi.
I am at the bar. Yes.
Let's see if she remembers things today. Griselda, over here.
Oh, yes. You. What is it?
Do you remember today whether or not you have a grandchild? Okay, good. Yes, your grandchild's in danger. We're gonna need your assistance.
Since I can help, but sorry, you said I have a grandchild.
Yes, that happens. And I don't know your grandchild's name.
Yeah, that's okay. Spell, she doesn't
So
do it.
it's okay. I don't know what my own grandchild's name is, so it's all right. It's quite all right. What is this thing on the floor? What is it?
And Spell's going to cast Mage Hand to lift up the feather, because he still doesn't want to touch it right now.
Very good. As you do that with the mage hand, you actually see the raven feather fizzle. Purple smoke comes off it and it dissipates in the hand, and the note is just left in there. Had you touched that, you would have had some negative effects. So I'm very glad you picked that up with mage hand.
So it appears that the feather was magical, and it seems there's a note left. And with the note left in the mage hand, are we able to read the writing on it?
Yes, you actually see that it says, "Over the river and through the woods to Brunhilde's house you go."
Oh. Looks at Harold. That feels like it's so far away.
Yeah, you know, it does sound a long ways away, but it also brings me back to some memories. Good old sayings.
As you turn with the paper to Harold, you notice like an arrow imbued with light on the paper at the bottom, almost like a compass. And as you turn in a certain direction, it grows stronger, and in others, the arrow fades away.
Well,
Likely have to go this way.
You know, she might not remember a lot, but she sure does know what to do.
It's all muscle memory at this point.
muscle memory because she's a barbarian. Oh no, that's a different thing. Never mind.
Mountain dwarf, she's got a lot of muscle.
Mountain Dwarf. That's
She's a built granny.
I am a built granny, yes.
well. If this is meant for us, it's probably one more that it's meant for.
Yep, probably.
She's probably doing her good work. Someday she'll figure out that the inn is where the good work is.
And with
Yeah.
that, we do fade to black over to Fiala in the temple.
All right. So, seeing the reception of this particular message, she's going to know that her friends spend a lot of time in the tavern, and you know, because that's where they used to hang out all the time. So she'll turn to one of the novices that is near her, tending to one of the other wounded. She'll say, "I've been cold again. I should not be gone very long, but it's time to put back on the old armor, I think." And so she'll walk to her, what is her space inside of the temple, and she'll actually start pulling on her plate armor and get her mace and shield. And she wears her hair down long now, because she hasn't needed to fight in a while, but she'll take the long locks of white hair, pull it up, and tie it into a bun. All right, and so then she'll kind of give a nod to everyone and walk out of the temple and towards the tavern. Oh.
You're muted.
Can't hear you, Kayla.
You just see these big wooden doors at the temple open up, and you see Fiala walk out all slow-mo, donned in her armor. And then she just casually walks down the stairs over to the tavern.
Okay, so before she walks into the tavern, okay, because I'm assuming you're just gonna come in the front door.
And real quick, I apologize. What did you do actually with the feather and the note?
I just left
It's still
it.
in the mage hand.
Gotcha. So you leave the feather there on the ground?
Yeah, because she would know that, you know, that it was
Oh,
something
her
that
feather.
would, yeah. So yeah, she has kind of noticed it. Has probably enough history with Dr. Von Flon to know not to trust it, and so she would have warned the other novices and clerics in the temple not to mess with it, but just to leave it alone.
Beautiful. Then
Until-
the clerics there, what they would have done is they would have actually taken on like a purifying ceremony. They would have started drawing sigils and symbols around it, laying candles and incense, and then they would have begun a process to actually get the negative energy out of the temple. So that's beautiful. They'll go and take care of that while you head on the way to the tavern. I apologize, Terry, you were saying?
Oh no, you're fine. So at that point, I'm gonna go up to the bar, and what's the bartender's name?
This is actually the same bartender. She actually has been in the same tavern in this town at Arabella. Same ones that your
Arabella,
grandkids actually had an experience with.
So I'm
Her
gonna
name? Oh, never mind. I forgot.
Arabella, can I get one whiskey, one mead? Gazella, what are you drinking today?
What are you
And she
drinking?
just, you see Arabella look over to Spell. I'll just get her the usual.
Okay, that works. And a glass of wine. 4 drinks total, please.
Oh, of course. And then you just see her walk over to the counter. She actually knows you guys very well. And she makes sure to top off your glasses very well. In fact, she may be giving you a few glasses on the sly. You know, no questions asked. You guys take care of her. She takes care of you. And with that, she go ahead and dishes out all of your drinks, your wine, your glass of ale, Griselda's usual, and then also, Harold, I'm sorry, what were you having?
Oh, I always drink whiskey. good old
Right.
aged whiskey.
Oh, I've got something for you. And then you see her reach underneath the counter and you see her pull out this very vintage styled looking bottle. Just for you, Harold. And she pours out a glass.
Very nice. Is it as harsh as the wilderness itself?
It'll put hair on your chest, that's for sure.
That's all I'm looking for. I'm
All right.
already
Enough
missing it from the
hair on
head,
his
so if I can
chest.
get it there, then. By the way, he's bald.
It's bald.
Easy maintenance.
Well, I suppose we should drink up. Truth be told, if we receive this message, Miss Goody Two Shoes herself will be here any moment.
Yeah, that's probably. Hey, by the way, hey, I suppose we should have gear, huh?
Well, I mean,
I haven't needed it in a long time.
You'd have thought that
Well, the
Griselda
way
would
I
have
rock things
forgotten
down.
her gear, as Arabella's setting more stuff down. Also, I saw your grandkids the other day. How are they doing?
Not well.
Oh,
As she like kind of slams back like half her drink and like puts it on the table. And so just wipe her mouth like with her sleeve. And she's like, weren't you here when you saw that hullabaloo and smoke and stuff? Didn't you see that?
actually, I was out in the back. But last time they were here, actually, I remember. They were talking to some lady about her kids and how they were kidnapped.
oh, they probably rushed off without thinking ahead of time. Kids
When
these
we were
days.
young like that. We used to do things like that too, though. You know,
Oh, also,
around.
Spell, I've had your donkey for like, how many? I think his name was, for like about a week, and if you want him, he's out back.
Fantastic. He can carry some of our stuff as we go.
Your kid never
I've
came back,
missed the
so I
old
just
boy.
kept on feeding him.
And at that, he's going to take out some coin and drop it on the bar. Well, I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. And she takes the coin and puts it in her pouch.
Oh, she's taking a little longer than I anticipated. Go ahead and pour a second glass of wine next to this one.
Of course, and I'll grab Theola's regular as well. She goes and slides more glasses onto the table and takes her leave.
And as this is happening, Theala will now be stepping into the inn.
Again, the double doors open as Theala walks into the pub, fully donned in her armor. The way the light just kind of glints off it.
Well, there's old Miss Shiny. We've got your drink over here.
Your hair like that?
Thank you. Sorry?
Why is your hair like that? I like it better when it's down.
I do too. Usually means I don't have to fight. Unfortunately, today is going to have to be an exception to the rule as of late. How are
Yes.
you, dear?
Not too bad. Apparently my grandchildren or grandchild, something or like that, is missing. I don't know.
Yes. I
Do you
am.
have grandchildren too?
Yes. You've met Ysera. She's usually playing music here.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Mm.
I remember.
Yes.
There's actually a sign on the stage that said Ysera will be back soon.
Apparently not.
Well, drink up. I suppose we should be on our way soon. Any extra gear we need, Hamlet can carry it with us.
And you hear the braying outside, hee-haw, hee-haw, in response. It's like he knows you're there.
Always thought it was odd that there was a cat with a horse. Small horse, donkey, cat that walks. Anyways, looks like it's time to go.
How many whiskeys have you had tonight, Harold?
It's not really about how many you've had. It's about how many you can handle.
I do remember. All right.
Yeah.
So perhaps we should move things along since our grandchildren are in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, bit of shenanigans they've got into.
Like they can handle themselves.
Always in trouble. All right, then. Do we need anything? I mean, my robe is fine. I
You
don't
know-
really.
Should we really go?
You guys would have your armor from back in the day. Just unfortunately not the magical weapons, because you either handed those down to your grandkids or you put them in a museum so that people could admire them.
Harold, what do you mean? Should we go? I mean,
They're always gonna get in trouble, and unless they learn how to get out of it,
You know, we were helped once or twice ourselves back a long time ago. Or did you forget already?
One of us maybe.
You don't. Can I get another drink?
Arabella
Sure.
just kind of looks at everybody across the counter and like, she, at a certain point, it's not that she doesn't want to be rude to Griselda, it's that she wants to make sure, it's like, should I keep giving her more drinks? Like,
and Tiala will just kind of be like,
and then she'll
Darling,
slide a
it's fine.
glass of it's actually full of water. Sorry, Griselda, this feels so dirty. It's a mug full of water, and be like, here you go.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you.
That feels so bad. Like, no, Grandma, we're cutting you off. You're done.
Is that?
It's something new, actually, that we've got on the top shelf. Hope you like it. No. And you just see Arabelle like quickly shuffle off before she asks any more questions.
Seeing you're a barbarian, correct? Also.
As far as I can remember, yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, seeing that, did you get something harsher? Here, let's swap and try. I'll swap you drinks. Ah,
That's the ticket.
yeah.
I was getting
yeah.
Grandma Crunk, love it.
I don't know what this is though. That's foreign to my tongue.
That's
She said it?
Just one more sip, and you can have it back. Hang on.
One more. It's almost gone. Just okay. I know you can't remember. Now give it back.
Okay, there you go. Sorry. Thank you.
It's
thank you.
almost empty, Harold. There's maybe like one more sip left out of that.
Yeah. Now let's set it on the counter. Let's go.
And if they're leaving and he set it on the counter and didn't finish it, she'll just kind of sneak back and just like, thank you, darling.
Arabella just waves. See y'all next time. And you actually have the donkey. While she went away, she took the donkey from the back out of the stables and tied it to the front on the post. So Hamlet is there waiting for you.
So Spell's gonna walk up, see Hamlet. Ah, Hamlet. Good to see you, old boy.
He brays in excitement.
You ready for another little adventure?
You
I
kind of
promise.
see him like shake, like he's getting off flies, but it's shaking, and yes, like he understands you. You speak donkey, and he speaks. Yeah, you.
Now, I know Griselda is coming with us, but just forget about that instance many years ago. I'll make sure she doesn't try to ride you again.
Hey, hey, Spell.
Yes, Harold?
As I'm walking out, kind of a little bit, not so much knowledge of pain in my joints at the moment. Well, now look at you and grin and snicker, and you show your donkey everywhere you go?
Ah, Harold. Sometimes I don't even know how to respond to you.
I know. It's pretty amazing. But, we should probably get on with this stuff.
Of course, of course. Miss Shiny Do-Gooder, are you ready?
Well, as you can tell, I am well equipped and ready to go. So yes, I would say so.
Oh, fantastic. All right, let's look at this little note again. Griselda was mentioning it should show us exactly where to go.
And with that, you pull out the note. As you move more towards the north, you see that the arrow lights up with a reddish light, and it points you guys towards the forest line where you guys know that there is a river over yonder.
Well, red means stop, so we should probably not go that way. Unless I'm reading it wrong.
Fucking green. Hey,
Spin around real quickly.
So at that, Spell will hold the note, and up on one foot will do a magnificent spin. And then he'll stop and give a slight purr.
As he did that, the arrow was like light, not light, light as he was spinning, and then he stopped. What direction did you stop in?
Back towards the where it was red.
Boom. And then the arrow lights up again.
I don't think that's the case, my darling. It looks like that's the direction we need to go.
I suppose you're right.
Sometimes
Zelda,
it
do you
can
remember
be-
what the note said?
Are you asking me if I remember?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Oh,
There's
going
just
to
2 seconds.
Broomhilda's house, something along the lines of on our way to Broomhilda's.
Yeah, that's close enough. If you take a close look at the paper, you can see in cursive scrawl it says, "Over the river and through the woods to Brunhilde's house we go."
Oh, so apparently we are to go over the river. And there's a river. And it's pointing in that direction.
So are you saying we should go in that direction then?
The direction of danger, correct? Yes.
Sounds like a slippery slope to me.
How are your knees, Harold?
What?
Are your knees holding up? Was it not you that said your knees were no good?
Yep, my knees are just fine.
Oh, maybe it was somebody else. Never mind.
Oh,
Most of the time. But what? What?
What?
well, now that we've got that question out of the way, why don't we head towards the river?
That seems logical, yes. So, shall we? And she just kind of walks on.
I'm gonna follow the shiny one. It tends to work in the past. Should work in the future.
Yeah, I suppose.
Come on, Hamlet. Off we go.
As we're walking, Spell. Shit would have been great if you had a pig.
Oh, I think I heard a donkey once.
Huh?
Can't
Yeah, he's got a
remember.
donkey.
I'm sorry, this donkey cannot hold anyone any longer, Griselda, so you'll have to find another donkey to ride.
He looks pretty hardy to me.
Griselda, I have...
Arabella, is that what her name was? In the bar, she said she was taking care of him quite well.
She
He
did
looks
say she
pretty
kept
hardy.
feeding him.
You look at him.
He's actually like, she's been feeding him a little too much. To be honest, it's been a week.
Definitely would have been better if he was a pig named Hamlet.
I
And
mean,
that
he kind
size,
of he
oversized.
kind does look like Pig a little bit. Sorry, what were we doing again? Oh, grandchildren. Let's go! Save the grandchildren! Across this
Well,
river, you say?
I don't know
As
if we
you
need to
guys-
save them, but at least we'll go find them and then maybe watch them save themselves. It might be exciting to see them fend off someone.
Yeah.
I
like
agree
that.
with that.
As you guys
Plus, a
approach
real
the river,
barbarian's got to be able to figure his way. So I like your style.
as you guys approach the river, go ahead and give me perception checks. This will be the first rolls for the night.
Perception. All right.
I rolled a whopping. I rolled a 1, and my perception is a +6, so a whopping 7.
That's very Griselda,
20
though, if you think about it.
I did, yeah. Oh, look at this
And then
rock
she
over
forgets
here.
about it.
Yeah.
That's a 26 for Theala.
21 for spell.
And Harold?
Yeah. Hey. So I rolled a 1 and I have a +1.
Beautiful. So Griselda and
Harold,
Harold
look at
are
this
just
rock over here.
deep in conversation right now. Just super. And meanwhile, Theala and Spell are like, let's go ahead and look for some tracks. And you guys do. You actually find not only with those high rolls, you guys not only find the tracks of your own grandkids, the smaller prints of the children that they were talking about, like that your grandkids were going to save. And another set of footprints as well, which you assume are the mothers. So you actually find all of those prints on that side of the riverbed with those high rolls.
And which direction are they leading to?
Across the river, north into the forest.
Okay.
Harold, one time, I fought a dual demand in this area.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I won. I can't quite remember.
Well, you're still here, so probably. I
Would
once
say,
fought a bear right here, also.
from what
You
I
did!
remember, you won most of your fights, Griselda.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You want to test it out right now, Griselda?
Okay,
Barb to
let's
barb?
have at it. So
Yes.
good.
Yes, Veldia.
Theala, do you
Yes.
see this on the ground?
Indeed, there are quite a few footprints. Looks like the grandkids probably went through here.
Either that or a field trip of some sort with the local school. I hear they've been. Yes, I hear that the school has been taking the children out to visit different areas, teach them about the local lands.
You beast-infested woods.
And this, children, is our local hag's house.
Enjoy the candy while you are here.
Keep a clear distance, though. If you get too close, she'll grab you and eat you up for dinner.
Make sure you stay in pairs. Buddy system.
Tied on with ropes.
Okay, sorry. We went really far with that.
It's not all the children, just the ones who they believe are ready to explore. As we adventurers get old, we need new ones.
Just by the size of the footprints, I would say this is likely the way, and they go across the river there.
Ah, that's right. The note said over the river.
Yes, and through those woods.
Your only difficult task, keep in mind, will be to maybe get the donkey over the river.
I think I
remember-
can carry him.
Griselda can try and carry the donkey.
You know what? I may not be able to ride the donkey, but I could carry the donkey.
Don't worry at all. How deep is the river?
10 feet.
Oh, fantastic. Don't worry at all. And the spell is going to walk up towards the edge of the river. And he's going to... Oh, hold on. I got to think. Hold on. He's going to cast... Okay, I've not done sorcerer, so I don't know if this is going to backfire, guys. So I want to apologize now for anything that happens moving forward. But I figure, we can have some fun. That's a level 7 spell.
If you guys don't have fun, I didn't do my job right. Then you guys can fillet me. That's fine.
I just got to double check something before I can.
Okay, you double check
All right.
that.
So,
Okay,
yeah, okay. And he's going to cast. Well, no, he's going to come over this way.
There, dear.
I have a way to transport us across this river.
Do you?
I do. But you have to be willing and you have to trust me in this.
All right.
So, first step, we need to link hands in a circle. I think we'll be okay linking Hamlet's shoulder, so if we could gather hands, we should be okay.
Yeah, in fact, you still have the same little bridle and rope around his neck. You guys, I'll allow it.
How wide is this river?
10 feet deep, 10 feet wide. So if you guys try to jump across it, it would just require a dexterity check in order to do so successfully. But you guys could try and, like one of your grandkids did, just straight up whoop, right over the river.
Except I have a donkey who's going to fail that terribly. So, if we could just link hands. And...
No. Spell, you can carry your own donkey, or whatever version of that I'm not allowed to say right now. But, no, not a big fan of that magic stuff you've always done this whole time.
Herald of your talk. Just come here, and she'll like come and like grab his hand.
No, he said gotta be willing. Got to be.
It does have to be willing. We can leave Harold here.
No,
it's fine.
No, I remember.
You remember what?
No. Oh, you're lucky you don't remember Harold, or spell, whatever. And he's just flustered. Like, you know, over the course of time, obviously, he's seen you do wonders, but he's also seen you do some other stuff. And you claim it was an accident, so I'll jump. I'll jump.
I just do a strength check to just hang on to Harold.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and do a
She's gonna
strength
freaking
check.
bear
Or
hug
you
him.
go roll to contest. Or what is your, no, actually roll to contest. This is more fun.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mikey, barbarians might not like magic, but
16
Griselda
total.
doesn't remember.
18, Vivi?
16.
16, okay.
What do I add to this?
Strength mod. It's not a saving throw, it's just a, yeah, just add your strength mod.
I think we should make it a saving throw.
Okay. Then go ahead. So that you
Okay, well, if you're
can...
making it a
Yeah,
saving
10.
throw, then I'm 18.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay. We're going that. Well, I still lose. I got a 16 then. Either way, I got less than you.
Well,
She's
and
just-
Spell's is gonna see you grabbing him.
Yeah.
Griselda, he
Yes.
has to be willing. I understand.
I knew that. Give me a minute. I can make him willing. Hang on 1 second.
Make him.
And she'll kind of pull him over. Don't be an old fart now. Come on, Harold. Respect your elders. I am quite old. I know you are old as well. Griselda is 300, by the way. So
Oh.
just a
She is
heads
the
up.
oldest of the party then, for sure.
Yes.
He is 100% older. You know, don't be such a curmudgeon. Just come here for 1 minute.
Look. You see this? It looks nice now. But 30 years ago, it wasn't so nice. It wasn't so pretty. When what he did, no.
Doesn't matter.
Harold.
You have no hair now to disappear. Whether you have more hair or less hair, who knows? You might have more hair on your head. Come on.
Harold, what if I make you a deal? When we return, I purchase you 2 bottles of the finest whiskey available in town.
How about I buy you so that you let me not be in this tent? Just let me jump. I'll buy you 2 bottles of the finest milk in town.
What would I do with milk?
Dr- dr-
Oh, you
For your
are
bones.
adorable. You
For your
feel as if I'm a normal house cat. Do not worry, Harold. I drink only the finest wine and mead available.
Okay, I'll still buy you the milk though. And I'll like punch Griselda in the face so that I can get loose and jump the river.
Griselda will rage.
If you're gonna
rage.
go, by all means, go roll to the hit Griselda, and she rages as you see she's holding you, and then her veins pop out on her adorable grandma arms as she
This
rages
is my
on you.
first time playing Barbarian. Can I rage before I
No.
attack?
You have
You guys are
unlimited
getting
rages.
mad at each other. I will allow you both to rage.
Yeah, we have unlimited
So while
rages.
this
Go
is
for it.
happening, Spell's gonna go over to Theala.
Yes.
Every time these two, every single time. I remember when we were in that dungeon. If you recall, a simple sword lying on the ground. And they fought over it incessantly. I think it took us almost 3 hours to get out of there.
Yes, and well, someone nearly lost a hand, if I recall correctly.
And here it goes again. All we want to do, save some children, and these two just want to bicker. Like an old
25.
married couple.
As Griselda
25
is
total.
raging. 25?
Oh, do I add anything for rage?
Should be for your rage, whatever is plus to hit, and also you add that to your damage, I believe.
So I get my plus to hit plus my plus to hit.
Yes, you're rolling straight melee, so whatever you did on the roll
Yep.
plus your hit. So that would be I think your strength mod at that point. Or just a straight melee. Because you're
Okay, so
punching
my
her, right? You're not hitting her
my
with a
plus to
weapon.
hit is, yeah, I just don't know if rage does anything. So I got a 15 and my plus to hit is 10.
So then it would also add to your damage. So what's your plus to your rage? Right now at level 20.
Your plus should be plus 4.
Yes.
Your
I
rage
see
damage
that.
is plus 4.
Plus
Okay.
4.
So what was
Give
the
me-
total? Sorry.
So it just increases damage, not to hit. So like 25 to hit.
Yes, that's a hit.
Perfect. You punch her straight in the face. You get an arm loose and you actually deck her in the face. That's so mean, man. That is so mean.
How dare you punch an old lady?
I don't feel, and he's just gonna go and jump the river.
All right, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving check. You're not gonna take any damage from this. I just wanted to see if he successfully hit you.
That's fine. With that punch,
He didn't really mean it. He just wanted you to let him go.
Yeah. With that punch to Griselda's face, she snaps out of her rage. Oh, right, the grandchildren. What is it? We're holding hands, aren't we?
Meanwhile, you just see Harold run and jump across the river. What was that dexterity check?
So plus my dex mod it makes it a 18.
You stick the landing, but you also, as soon as you stick the landing, you kind of crunch over and reach for your back and go, whoa! But you're across the river.
I got it. I made it. And I'll just keep trying to walk it off.
See? You should have just held our hands. We're too old for this
And I'm
jumping
gonna-
crap.
I'm gonna get a little distance away from where I think Spell's gonna go.
Try
Oh,
to
good.
just waddle off up the wall, a rock wall, lean on it. And Spell, I think you're casting the teleport.
I am not casting teleport.
Oh, what you casting?
Plane shift.
What the snack? Do it.
Do you have the tuning fork though?
Yes.
A cat with a fork. I love it.
It's a forked metal rod worth at least 250 gold pieces, attuned to a particular plane of existence. Indeed. And it's the elemental plane of Earth. All right. So let me explain exactly everything that's happening here, because it's actually going to be 2 spells. So I'm going to plane shift us to the elemental plane of Earth, and then I'm going to plane shift us across the river.
Glad I jumped.
Fiala, Griselda, please make me Constitution saving checks. As your entities, your bodies, your souls are literally ripped from one plane and then into another, just like a yo-yo, just boom, boom. And the roll?
21.
16.
Okay, no, you guys are perfectly okay. You just kind of see Theala's face grow a little green, but she holds it down. She's good.
And after we finished our cross, had I known we were going to cross a river, I have other spells that are a little less forceful on the body, but I knew Hamlet wasn't going to make it, and I wasn't leaving Hamlet here.
Hamlet is actually very used to you doing plane shifts, so he's fine.
As Grisella comes out, she's kind of fixing her mess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Then, yeah, I'm wild magic too as well. So just be aware of that for any rolls that you want me to do.
Or the surging. Oh goodness.
Yes.
Sorry.
Because
yeah.
because if I remember correctly, now I've never done a wild surge magician or sorcerer.
They're
but
fun in 5e. We were just watching one in 1st edition, 2nd edition last night, but 5e's a little bit different. So give me a second while I pull this up.
So essentially, what can happen is. Once per turn, you can make me roll a d20 immediately after I cast a sorcerer spell of 1st level or higher. And if I roll a 1 on the Wild Magic Surge table to create a magical effect, yeah. And I did not tides either of those, so there's that. I'm holding off on my tides.
For you, especially considering the fact that you the concept of you especially not liking water, you plane shift quite a lot to avoid bodies of water, so this is something that you're very acquainted with. I will still stick with the Constitution saving throws because they are not used to that at all. No one is. Surprisingly enough, the donkey is a donkey. He enjoys being lethargic every so often, and your plane shifts allow him to do so. So he's happy with that, and he brays in excitement. But now you guys are all over the river, and from there, go ahead and make me perception checks again, please.
19.
18.
11.
19.
So Griselda, we're almost out of the fuzziness of the dementia spell right now. You're still quite distracted with the plane shift that just occurred. However, spell Fiala. Oh, I'm sorry, Griselda?
Oh no, I just said I felt something like this before in my 20s when I was younger. Too much ale, I think it was.
Call it a hangover. Spell, Fiala, Harold, you guys all see again the set of tracks that are going up north. They are again the very same footprints that you guys saw earlier. You're assuming that you are your grandchildren. And you also smell rotting flesh on the wind as well up ahead.
I didn't smell too good.
No.
It's not. What is it? Over the river into the woods?
Through
Through the woods. Where's that arrow pointing? Spell.
And Spell will pull out the paper again. Do another spin because he thinks it's fun. And then stop. It appears to be going this way.
And as you were spinning spell, Harold steps in front of where you're stopping. And, oh, yep, looks like it's pointing to me.
You're back there, Harold.
What?
I knew it was something. I said your knees before, but I meant your back.
Yeah, my back. Where'd you guys go?
We went
You would
on a
never
little
know.
trip. And you missed the experience.
And look, I still have my hair. I had to fix my bun a little bit, but it's still here. All that
lean
fuss for
forward
nothing.
and dust off some dirt on your shoulder. Yep. Not sure where you guys went, but I'm cool with the jump.
As you dust off
Feel
her
like-
shoulder, you feel your back pop back into place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
As you
I
guys
suppose
walk
we
into
should
the-
keep moving.
onward.
As you guys walk into the clearing, you guys actually see a bunch of bodies that are slowly decomposing. As you guys grow closer, you guys can see that these make up forms of wolves and boars, but they looked as if they standed on 2 feet like humans do. but they don't look right. You guys can go give me further investigation checks if you'd like to look further into that.
Ooh,
Well, that's a terrible roll.
that is a 21, and boom, Griselda's dementia disappears.
That's a 7. And boom,
19.
spell took her dementia.
19.
Spell, because you're tabaxi, you have a very sensitive nose, and the smell of these decomposing bodies in the sun is just not something that you want to be around, because you can smell it 10 times more than the rest. So that's low perception there. Griselda, you rolled a what again? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, 21.
And Theala?
19.
And Harold?
11.
Okay, so Harold, you're trying to help Spell as he just grew a sudden like sickness. You see him get a little nauseous, and then Griselda and Theala, you guys can tell upon further inspection of these bodies that they look like mutated werewolves and wereboars. Not like a normal werewolf or wereboar would look. In fact, you remember that the Dr. Brunhilde von Flan, she enjoyed experiments of sorts, and as she grew into her later years, her experiments got darker.
It's like her work. Fiala, what do you think? It doesn't look quite right.
Not at all. This is definitely not anything of natural means.
We'll keep our eyes and ears out.
Yes, I think that would be very wise of us to do.
Do you see any more footprints anywhere?
I'll start looking for other ones. Other
Go ahead and
footprints.
do another perception check for me, please.
That's a 19.
You do, Theala, see the rest of the footprints. In fact, you see two pairs of clawed feet taking off towards the forest in one direction around the hill, and then you see another set of footprints, assumedly your grandkids, going around the other side of a hill up into the forest. In fact, in Roll20 you should be able to see the forest with which you guys are in. And you guys would be round about there. Fantastic. So you see your grandkids' footprints here, and the other footprints there, with the rest trailing off into the forest here. In fact, you can make out through the tree line, it looks as if the trees have been broken and bent away in opposite directions, as if a very large creature came out from under it. And as you guys round the hill, you actually see the body of a large werewolf, a very large werewolf, decomposing in the sun.
Too bad. Looks like our grandchildren could handle themselves a little bit.
Well,
Not
I mean,
too
they
worried.
are our grandchildren, after all.
Right.
They should be able to handle themselves.
Very, very valid point. So which one shall we follow? The footprints of our children, or the other ones?
I think probably the footprints of the grandchildren. Best place to find them. We don't know where those other ones lead to, but if we're looking for them, follow them.
There's more footprints over here, away from the carcasses. Come over here.
I got them just fixing cameras and stuff. Drag and drop. Sorry, if you guys are seeing things move in real time, I'm just dragging and dropping things here real quick. Don't mind me, the woman behind the curtain.
Well, Theala, what's our next move?
I would suggest we are a bit wary, but follow those footprints. Those look to be the ones of the grandchildren. So I have a feeling we are getting closer to where we are intending to find Brunhilde.
You guys continue on through your path, as you make your way, it's very obvious now the direction with which you need to go, because again, there's this huge path cleared for you through the trees. Makes it very convenient. That is the wrong screen. Sorry, one second. Switch you guys over to... You guys should be able to see this view now.
Oh.
Oh,
Fighting.
what is your... Tell me one of your tales that you always tell in the tavern there. Of your many adventures.
And you guys would be starting out at the south end of the map near that path.
All right, so I'm new to roll 20, and I have everybody's face down on the bottom, covering the bottom part of the map. How do I?
Oh,
make them
in the
disappear?
top right-hand corner, you should be able to go
Okay.
into the settings option. And then from there, if you scroll down, there's going to be a chat avatars tab.
Yep.
And then you will have to just play your video avatar size. I usually do names only.
Names only, chat avatar. There we go. Pink. Oh, that is so much better. All right, thanks.
Wow, you guys can see things that I don't want you to see. Okay, there we go. Stop. No. Hold on. No, guys, don't look at it. Don't look at it. No.
That's right.
No,
Don't
I don't-
worry.
I don't
Griselda
see
will
it.
forget
I
anyway.
don't see anything.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
We are going to
Why is
forget.
this not capturing correctly? Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties, as always. Stop it.
Is that Hamlet next to me? He's adorbs.
I can't see him.
Haha. Get
Why is this not
good.
working?
Oh, there we are. Now I can.
Move. Edited it out in post.
Well, thank you, Chivo559, for the 5 tier
No.
1 subs to the community. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Thanks, Chivo. This button.
For those 5 subs, Harold will buy you some milk.
I think I'm just a normal house cat. Nay, nay, sir.
Harold, since you didn't come on our little trip with us, you were talking about giving us whiskey.
Oh, there we
Buying
go.
us whiskey. Could I get one of those?
I got it, guys.
If
If what?
I will buy you. And now remember, I got a good memory. I will buy you. a
Terry, you have
full
control of the
pot
donkey.
Yeah, but
of
I don't
the
have.
harshest,
Oh, sorry.
most wonderful whiskey. If you can tell me your grandchild's name.
My grandchild. I have a grandchild.
Yes, Griselda, that's why we're here.
I thought you guys have grandchildren, don't you?
We do. And so do you.
Indeed.
Okay. Now can everybody control?
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
also have like
Yes.
yes.
Do, do, do. I love how we all move forward a little bit.
Do you also have like would I know if you have hallucinations or like personality issues, or is it just like you have bad memory? Just dementia, Alzheimer's.
It's, you know what it is, darling. You see this amulet on my neck, and around her neck she's wearing a amulet that has a dead spider encased in amber. You know, one of my adventures, I'm not quite sure which one it is. I think I was cursed. My memories are all in here, and I can't quite figure out how to access them. I'm working on it, but they're here.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Spell's
guys
gonna
for your
come up
patience.
and look at the amulet. You believe your memories are in in this amulet.
Correct. That is why I can't remember anything.
And Spell will look back at Theala. And then I'll look back at Griselda. I don't remember this adventure where your memories became locked in that. Might you have gone off by yourself at some point in the past?
I think so. I don't recall being with you. I don't really recall too much. I just remember having the amulet. And I slowly started forgetting things. That's why. It's here. They're here. In here. I don't know how to act. Sometimes my memory is great, and sometimes not so much. Not quite sure what kind of magic it is.
And as
Maybe
you say
we'll
that, Griselda, you actually see again the same mist of green and purple begin to coalesce in front of the field. And you see the very same illusion pop up, and your cackling split through the air. And it actually scares Hamlet a little bit. Go ahead and... Actually, I won't make the donkey roll. That's so sad. I'm not going to make the donkey roll.
You can, because he's quite plump.
Yeah, after that week of being, hand-fed by Arabella, you have no idea. With that, you actually see Brunhilde pop up. In fact, it doesn't seem like just an illusion. It might actually be her herself.
My pretties, it took you long enough. I've been waiting for...
And she spouts out,
3 days, 23 hours, and 7 minutes.
Thinking of us, have you, dear? Miss us that much? You know, you could always come by and visit the temple. I would be willing to have some tea with you anytime.
she hisses
Or the
at the word temple.
tavern. I know Harold likes whiskey. I like wine. Griselda
Make you
drinks.
wine plenty enough here soon, my pretty.
Yeah. Yep. That's not hard to do.
Question here remains Brunhilde, correct? Is that your name, darling?
You see her face scrunch up with anger.
You don't even remember my name.
And she lifts up a finger and she points it at you. She looks very angry.
Apparently, dear, you have my grandchild, which is something I don't remember either. Please do not take offense. You did. The really important question here is how many seconds have you been waiting?
Oh, I apologize. 52 at this point. 53, 54, 55.
Wonderful.
But from the very beginning, how many seconds?
Enough!
And then she'll go ahead and extend her hand. And she will go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
That's a nat 1. Plus 6, so
Oh.
4. Hey! You and me.
If you guys want to go ahead, I will allow a reroll. If you guys want to go ahead and keep track of initiative in Roll20 there, I'll teach you guys a way to do so real quick. What you guys simply do is click on your token. Oh, actually, no, because you don't have character sheets in here. Forget everything that I was just saying. Ignore. So, Griselda, was that a 1?
Yes,
plus
it was
anything?
correct. Plus 3, so
Okay.
4.
Fantastic.
And I rolled a 2 plus 2, 4.
Oh, who has the higher
People
deck?
doing?
I have a plus 3 for Dex.
I have a plus 2 for Dex.
Alrighty, Griselda will go first with that 4, and then Spell and Harold.
26.
Ooh. Oh, my rickety back couldn't hold up too much, but I got a 22.
Ooh. Alright.
Nimble cat just got a little bit ahead of me, that's all.
Should have just held our hands.
Okay. And then let me roll for the Hilda. Plus stuff. Okay. And as she extends her hand out, she is going to go ahead and cast Vicious Mockery. And she's going to say towards Rory, you chide on like a child.
I'm
Meaning
pretty
that you
sure,
just talk a lot for like a kid.
Pretty sure he's an old man.
So,
And
what
it's
happens?
a wisdom saving throw. Oh, no. Apologies.
Sure hope not.
This is why I have all these tabs
The
open. in my
barbarians
head,
are
because
not
I don't like
notably wise.
flip through books. Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Oh, let me see what the damage is on that.
Oof.
1d4.
Ah,
I'm pretty sure your back hurts more.
And that would be 3 on the dice.
3 damage.
She was just
Okay.
trying to get the battle started. You took her off
I
guard.
don't know why you think of that. I just talk like a little nin. Stop these shenanigans.
And with that, it's actually going to be Harold's turn.
Spell's turn, right?
And oh, Harold's turn.
Harold's turn. Or sorry,
Spell's turn.
Spell's turn,
No,
because
I
he
was
rolled
about to say.
26 and Harold's at 24.
Harold's
I
at
apologize.
26,
yeah.
I'm putting these all in order.
Well, let's see if this works. And Harold is, or Harold. Spell is
Sorry.
going
Blame it on
to
me.
spell is going to cast Hold Person
Ooh.
on Griselda, on not Griselda, on Flavor Flav up there, Flan. There it is.
Guy Fieri.
And- And that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's 8 on the dice.
19 is my spell save DC.
Yeah, even with my pluses, no way.
Yep. So she is now paralyzed for the duration, and at the end of each of her turns, she can make another Wisdom saving throw. This will last up to a minute as long as she continues to fail.
All right. And with that, now it's going to be Harold's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to rush up to her and do what I do. And pretty sure this is not advantageous to hold person, but I'm gonna attack. And I get 25 attacks, right? I get 3 attacks, right?
Or at your level, yeah, you get 3 attacks.
So first attack with my great axe. Is a 21 to hit.
And that will hit.
Second attack is 14 to hit.
That will miss.
Third attack. I probably should have gone rage or something, but 26 to hit.
And that one will hit.
Okay, so that is 2 hits on a D12. That makes 11 plus 8, so 19 slashing damage.
How much, I'm sorry?
19.
Okay.
Real quick, just to throw this out there, paralyzed creatures, attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So just a note to everybody. And any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, well, that kind of changes things for Harold.
Sorry, I've got like 15 things going on at once. I have like 20
You're
people
good.
No,
messaging.
you're-
Like they don't
you're
see that I'm
fine.
on live right now DMing, and they're like, "I'm gonna choose now to just go ahead and message you with things." And I'm like, "This is not the time nor the place, people."
It's been a while since I've done 5e, so I'm actually popping things up, reminding myself of stuff as we go. So
Oh, it's totally okay. I'll be honest, the only classes that I usually know are tank classes, so you guys are also teaching me a lot of stuff as well. So this is a learning experience for everybody, but that's again why we love to play higher level stuff, is because not a lot of campaigns get to the point where you get to play level 20 people. So
yeah.
Okay, so, if I may, DM, being that I get advantage on these, right? So I'll go
Yeah, you
ahead.
can
and
go
ahead
roll
and reroll.
every time
I'll
for
allow
each of them. So that's one thing. So 1 second. So that's 20 for the first one, which was already a hit. Second one becomes a 15. I'm sure that's still a miss. And the third one is no different. So I still only hit twice. However, I have brutal critical as a barbarian, and I can roll additional dice for the extra damage on critical hit with a melee attack.
Mhm.
So I believe that's just one extra d12 each, correct?
that's your damage dice, yeah.
Yep. So the 19 plus another 12, which makes 31 total.
Perfect. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and roll over to Brunhilde herself. So after you whack her a few times with your weapon, she's actually going to break out of her paralyzation. She has some things to break out of that, so you just
Oh, yeah.
see her shake that off, and then she's gonna go ahead and Misty Step over to, so you watch the purple and the green clouds begin to rise up again around her body as she Misty Steps over
Oh,
here.
never mind. I should have.
Oh yeah, you can totally move your tokens at any point. It's not a problem. I'm still like, I'm so used to theater of the mind that I'm also still playing this in my head as well, rather than also in Roll20.
Yep.
That's again like 5 things all at the same time, guys. Sorry. So with that, she's also going to cast, let's see here, Vicious Mockery again, but she's going to go ahead and do it at a higher level. Let's see here, she's going to go ahead and cast it at 5th level. And she's going to go ahead and point again at Rory, because you were the one that hit her. And then she's going to say, "You hit like a ninny." And go to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
Ooh, all right. You just kind of shake that off. No, you definitely know that you hit her, so her words mean nothing to you at this point. And then we're gonna go
And
ahead
then
and roll
I'll
a
just put my thumbs in my ears. And again, that old wrinkly pug-like face.
We'll go ahead and roll it over to Griselda, since she had the higher dex.
It's too far to attack, correct? Her movement is 35. She'll just move closer and enter rage and ready her warhammer. As she kind of pulls her warhammer out from behind her back, she kind of pulls it in front of her and she enters a rage. Veins popping on again. This old beefy old lady, 300-year-old mount dwarf. Are you ready, oh my old friend? A little dusty you are. Whew. And she kind of blows at the warhammer, the dust off the warhammer, as she kind of runs forward towards Brunhilde.
Does the warhammer have a name?
It does, but I forget it, my dear. It doesn't.
Beautiful.
But I forgot. I'm going to forget so that I can think of a name for it.
And does that use your full movement?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And then with that, we'll go ahead and roll over to Theala.
Theala will look over at Brunhilde over there, and she will say, "Dear, one of your greatest flaws is you always talk too much. Let's make it a little quieter." And she gestures and holds a finger to her lips and casts silence on top of the hag.
That's perfect. And what type of...
It's a 20-foot sphere. There's no save. It's just a sphere. So anything inside that sphere is completely silenced.
Beautiful. That's perfect.
And I can concentrate on it to up to 10 minutes. So while she remains in there, no sound can be created within or pass through that sphere. So.
Very nice. The sphere begins to form around Brunhilde, and as she's about to chide back to Rory, you just hear, "Oh," and nothing. You just see her mouth moving.
I like it.
With
That's
that, we're going to
better.
go ahead and roll over actually now to spell.
Indeed. Spell is hey Rory, how are you making it so you can see how far away somebody is?
On the left-hand side, there's a little
There's a
measuring
little
tool.
ruler icon.
It looks like a power button on it.
Like a circle with a little ruler on it. It's like the arrow and then the paintbrush, magnifying glass, and then the circle with the ruler.
The snap
On the
to
left hand.
center ruler?
Yeah.
And then they're also
okay,
giving you
cool.
an option, hide from others if you don't want the players to see, or show to others if you don't mind
Gotcha.
everybody seeing.
All right. Well, we are close enough where I am. So, well, this is a bit disconcerting. She should have been held far longer than that. And you'll see him start to move his hands, and start to say some words. And he's going to cast Polymorph
Ooh, I like it.
onto Brunhilde. And if it takes, he wants to turn her into a snail.
Ooh.
And it's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I don't think I made it because it was 8 on the dice again. What are these 8s with you?
And it's a 19.
Yeah, I totally did not succeed.
So you see Brunhilde start to shrink down, and everything she's wearing begins to meld into this new form of a snail on the grass. And as it's happening, don't hit her now. She can't fight back as she is, but if we take her down in her snail form, she'll come back.
She
Always
looks like
taking
a
the
little
fun out of it.
green, slimy-bodied snail with like a purple shell.
Indeed.
What were you saying, Rory? I'm sorry.
Always just taking the fun out of things, spell.
Well, I thought we were here to rescue our grandchildren, not to just go willy-nilly on an old hag who doesn't know what she's doing.
Oh, spell.
Yeah.
Do you got like something to? You got like a shovel or something? A pick? Something? In a container?
A container would be good. Let me check Hamlet.
You have
And,
some empty bottles and Hamlet's
So
pouches.
Spell goes in and finds an empty jar.
Can you
Ah.
like? I've seen you do it in the past. Can you shape the ground? Can you make a hole in the ground? Can you do something? Basically, what I'm saying is, can we put the little snail in a little jar, really deep under the ground, and bury it?
Well, mind you, the spell doesn't last forever.
And then
It's
she's
only
under the ground.
Well, in an hour, she's gonna pop back out.
In the ground, though, right? She'd be she'd be buried under the dirt.
Huh. You have a valid point there.
As
I
they're
don't know.
talking, Griselda will walk towards the snail. You said spell. Hit the snail. Is that what you said? Did I hear you correctly?
Well,
As she kind of raises her like warhammer up in the air.
All right, Griselda wants to go and hit the snail. If anybody would like to try and stop Griselda.
I'm too far away, and I'm just gonna raise my finger. Griselda, not exactly what I meant.
Like, what is it that you said? So right? Didn't you say hit the snail?
Don't hit, dear. Don't.
Don't.
Hit.
Oh,
Don't hit. So.
don't.
I totally
Yes.
want her to hit the snail though, because I think it's hilarious.
You see her go to swing, and she goes, "Oh, don't!" Right as like it's right there from touching the
It's like
snail's
almost.
body.
Oh, okay. Not today, old friend, I guess. And she kind of like puts her warhammer back behind, and she'll.
But here, and Spell's gonna throw you the jar with the cork on it.
Okay. So she'll
Make
try to
a
catch it.
dexterity check to see if you catch the bottle.
Or if the bottle hits the snail.
And it squishes the snail. Okay, that is a 13 for dexterity.
You guys are. It falls short, but it doesn't break. So you're able to go and unpick it up.
Oh,
Put the
a little
snail
more.
in there. We'll keep her as a pet for a little bit.
Okay. And she'll lean over. Oof. Sorry.
Yo,
Ooh,
go ahead
my
and make
back.
me a religion check.
My back isn't quite what it was.
Religion.
And she picks up the glass jar and she'll uncork it and pick up.
Ooh, that was a good
Snail.
roll. That is a religion plus 8. 25.
You know that if you guys can get Brunhilde back to your temple intact, you guys will have no issues. They will go ahead and subdue her and essentially imprison her in the specific spells and sigils.
So, how long does this polymorph spell last exactly?
As long as she doesn't have something up her sleeve, she should stay in snail form for an hour.
All right, so find the grandchildren, get her back to the temple, and they can hold her in some sigils, and we'll be all set. Maybe
is
give her a bit of
fantastic.
an attitude adjustment.
How long did it take us to get to where we are now?
You guys started off late midday, so it is actually growing on early evening right now.
Oh, the sun
But,
is
like,
setting,
would it-
correct?
Would an hour get us back, or
Yes, an hour would definitely get you back if all goes well.
if all goes well?
Sorry, did you say that, DM, did you say that the sun was setting?
It's about halfway down from setting. So you guys are maybe, if we're talking about time of day specifically, you guys are going on maybe 5, 6 in the evening.
I think I might be able to help with getting her back faster than if we just take her.
Does it involve hand holding?
It
Yeah.
does not this time, and Harold, don't worry. It doesn't have any magic affecting you.
You'll just meet us there, Harold.
What I think I can do is I can use my wish spell and wish to have her transported directly to your temple.
What? Why? Why?
So she doesn't bother us anymore?
Well, why not wish for the jar and her to be in like the center of the earth, and then she wouldn't bother us anymore.
Does
makes a
everything-
valid point.
Man, like, get off my lawn.
He makes a valid point, Spell.
Does everything need to be solved with violence?
And he'll pause and think.
I mean, we're barbarians after all, I think.
Yeah.
Always violence. Choose violence first. Just not correct, Harold.
The spell will look over at Fiala. They want to kill her. Thoughts?
I didn't say kill her. Bury it in the ground. I didn't kill her. She just happens to die later.
I think perhaps giving her a bit of an attitude adjustment might be the better course of things.
Is
Rather than-
Griselda? Sorry, go ahead.
rather than locking her in the center of the earth.
Griselda
She
will kind of
could-
like aggressively shake the jar.
Griselda, stop.
Oh, sorry.
And so at that point, Spell's going to move over to Griselda and ask ever so nicely, may I have the jar?
Yes, this thing, right?
That thing right there.
Weren't we looking for something? As she hands over the jar.
Thank you. We're looking for our grandchildren.
Oh,
Yes.
right. The grandchildren. Let's check the house, shall we?
Why don't you and Harold move into the house? I just have something to take care of momentarily.
What is that?
Little preparation.
Oh, okay. Is it your wish thing?
Indeed it is.
Okay. She'll head over to the front of the house. Cautiously.
As I get ready to open the door and you're next to me, I'll just look back and just be careful, Spell. As salty as you are, you might damage that thing. And
Good thing it's inside the jar then, isn't it?
open up the door and walk in
Burn.
without checking.
And at that point, as they're walking in, Spell will go ahead and cast Wish, wishing the jar to be sent to Thealis Temple, which he knows about and is aware about, having been in the same town.
Before you cast that, should we include a note so they know what to do with this jar of snails?
Sticky note on bottle.
I haven't been
Fill up a jar with a snail.
Yes.
Where's that come
I'm
from?
glad you mentioned that before I finished the spell.
I have a bit of parchment on me if you would like, so they don't just go, oh, there's a jar with a snail in it. Fun that.
Yes. Could you pen something? I assume they know you're writing.
Yes, they would very well. So she'll just say, we've polymorphed, we've polymorphed from Hilda the Hag. Please, go about doing the rites and rituals to properly, contain her, as would be done in this situation. And she'll kind of, just tie it up and plunk it in, I guess, like, take the cork off and see the snail in the jar and place it gently inside so that the two of them are in there together, so that it can be sent.
And once that's done, Spell will cast Wish, wishing for the jar to arrive at her temple safely, intact, unharmed,
And-
gently upon the
Griselda-
altar, not in a space that anything else is possibly in, so as not to shatter the jar. What am I
And-
missing here?
Brunhilde to not be harmed in any sort of way. In
Brunhilde-
process.
Nor the jar be harmed, nor the note be harmed, nor the cork be harmed. No piece of this entity harmed
Not
in
one
any
hair on
fashion.
her head astray.
Because we know how these wish spells. I long ago watched a wish spell go wrong, and oh, it was terrible.
This post-it note, a sticky note, is now like a mini scroll that you can just kind of unfurl. Like, I had to write the wish down.
Yeah.
I actually, no
And-
joke, sidebar, I had a player try to get around a wish from a genie, and he wrote 40 pages to try and get around this wish. Less is more. Less is more.
Okay, I think I've covered everything, and so he'll finish his wish spell.
And what does the spell look like as it begins to transport the bottle away?
All right, so what you'll see is the bottle, which is sitting in his one hand as he's making his hand gestures with the other. Gently, some pink swirls of smoke begin to roll and wisp into the air, and then a second set of purple wisps will do it, and slowly it envelops the jar, and as the wisps breeze away, the jar is gone.
And then in the temple of that Thiala was just in, right on a table next to one of the magistrates, you see the bottle just pop right in front of them. And he actually is taken very much by surprise. He falls back in his chair, but then peeking back up over his desk, he sees the bottle. And upon reading your message, immediately takes it in very carefully into the other room to have the rites and rituals. And then cutting back to Harold and Griselda opening the door to Brunhilde's house.
Griselda will give Harold a good punch on the arm, just be like, "Good one," about the salty joke.
Yeah.
As you guys step in, you notice that on the walls, she's mounted your guys' weapons.
I thought she was gonna say our grandchildren's head, and I was so disturbed but brilliantly happy at the same time. Sorry, didn't mean to break. Just as you started to say that, I was like, "What? Oh, okay."
Oh, okay.
No, we talked about it. We're like, no, Evie's been through enough with character deaths and stuff. We're not going to make her kill her own grandchild or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You
really
won't remember.
All right.
You see what I see?
Yes, it appears to be weapons.
Yes.
all
And
your magical
suddenly-
weapons that you actually gave to your grandchildren, she's just mounted them on the wall like trophies.
There is like a vitality that runs through, and like, it's time to have fun.
Looks quite familiar, that one there.
Yeah.
I
What do
think
we
I've
see?
seen that one before. It's just probably one of her magic items that she's given her grandchildren. She just can't remember.
The
Seen
DM,
that one
what?
before. What kind of weapons are they?
Yeah.
Bear with me one moment. These were actually given to kids. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, did you just pull them up? Oh, wow. Thanks, Rowan. Quick silver whip. That was the Tabaxis. Oh, no. That
Ysera
was
had that.
Ysera's. Sorry.
Mhm.
Vicious Warhammer was to Griselda. Decanter of Endless Water was for Spell. And a Puripit proof. Wait, what is this one? What is this one though? I'm not familiar with this item. 1 second. Roland gave all these to you guys, so thank Roland for the magical items.
Thank you.
They,
Show the
you know,
players. Show the players. Show the players. Show the players. Can you guys see those?
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
I can see it on this on the Discord.
Oh, is it there?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
I'm looking on the
Puripad of
Discord.
Proof Against Poison. It's a delicate silver chain that has a brilliant cut black gem pendant. Sorry, while you wear it, poisons have no effect on you, so you're just immune to poison damage.
Oh, that's nice. Up there, now they're
Oh,
starting to
there
show.
you
There's Vicious
are.
Warhammer.
Yeah, I see it. Oh. Okay.
That decanter looks
Harold.
very similar to Cade's flask. It's odd. Has a pickle design on it.
That looks very familiar too, I think. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere before. Gerald,
Yes.
these things, odd. I don't like them. I don't
What?
think we should touch them.
As
A hag. Are you
we
reaching your
shouldn't
hand up
touch
to
the
touch
hag,
it?
or we shouldn't touch the weapons.
We shouldn't touch the weapons. It's in a hag's house. What do you think? It's asking for trouble.
My hand's already on it.
Is it? Can she
Yeah.
just run up and like, boom, and like, kind of like.
So
like
he
body
goes to
check.
reach for the weapon and his hand clasps, and he looks over to Griselda as she just straight on clotheslines him. It pulls the weapon off the wall with you guys. They weren't booby trapped. She honestly just put them up on the wall as trophies.
Oh, my bad, Harold. Just a warning.
Now, if you want to give a hug, we don't have to do everything rough.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, good point. And he'll like hit you pretty hard on the shoulder.
Oh,
Yeah, now let's get going. Let's.
all right. I'm going to take this warhammer, and she'll go and grab it.
You
as she
literally
grabs it,
fight like
she'll
a married couple.
Two barbarians walk into a room.
Just start beating
with
each other.
magical weapons hanging on the wall. This is a joke somewhere.
You know, we could bring the house down with our warhammers.
There's grandchildren. Grandchildren.
That's
They
right.
might be in here. That's not a good idea.
No, we should probably get the others. If they're done with all their shenanigans.
Griselda just has a spell for a moment, like of dementia, and just okay, and starts taking out all the support beams in the house.
Boof, boof, boof. Can Griselda do a perception check just to look around the house, see if there's anything there that's worth?
Yes, perception and/or investigation. I will allow.
Let's do perception. Whoops, floor dice don't count. Oh well, Griselda's dementia has come back. 11 total.
What were we doing again?
Perception. I'm just looking around the house.
No, that's what you say. What were we doing again?
Oh, okay. What is it? Oh, should we collect these other things for the others?
Griselda just starts going through her house now and just like, ooh, oh, I love this. Ooh.
And that's exactly what she'll do. She'll start taking all the weapons down, and then like she's standing there with like a bunch of weapons like in her hands.
Depending on how much Hamlet can carry now in his old age, you might be able to take all those back with you. We don't want to overload the donkey too much, the poor thing.
I mean, that is what donkey's uses are for.
He does need the workout, though. He's had an entire week off just chilling and eating hay, so...
Just
So
chilling.
you know, maybe trim down that donkey a little bit.
Yeah, no more plane shifts. He needs to walk.
Exercise. Good for all.
Fresh air.
Hopefully
I love it.
Yes.
And Harold, are you also going to search the house?
Is everyone in here with us now?
No, just me and you, I think.
Has anybody caught up, though? Or are you guys still in?
After the spell, I've started moving towards the house, but I'm not quite there yet.
He's just sitting outside with Hamlet.
We're discussing good times.
After our little rumble, I'll just kind of pretty carelessly walk through the house.
Go ahead and do me a perception check, please.
I'm sure. And that's why I say it like that. I got a 5.
You just walked straight into the kitchen. You can smell that there was something on the fire that she's cooking in the pot. It actually kind of smells good, and you're a little bit distracted by that.
Oh, does Griselda
Food
smell
in
food?
here. Anyone hungry? I got some food in here.
Oh, food! What did you say? She just drops everything on the ground, except for that warhammer, and she'll just walk over to the food, wherever he is. Is it the food there?
Yeah, there's
What
cold
is
stew
it?
in the pot.
Oh, it's cold. Is there something I can heat it up with?
It looks like there's a fireplace over here.
Okay, hang on a minute. I'll heat up stew.
You
She's
two are
totally-
outside, and you're like, yeah, they'll get the grandkids. They'll be right out with them. And meanwhile, they're in the kitchen filling up bowls of stew.
Do you feel like they're taking an unusually long time in there? Should we
Well-
go check on them?
It's probably the smart move. And Spell's
Yes.
gonna look at Hamlet. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying yes.
Hamlet, my boy. Stay here, keep an eye out. Give me a good old ruckus if anything comes into the area.
Aw, he says in agreement.
We're gonna go see what those two ruffians are up to.
As you walk
Harold?
in...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, good?
Oh, Harold, do you have any more of that whiskey on you, by any chance?
They've just taken up spots in her kitchen, just like at the table, eating soup, drinking. And as you walk in, Spell, you see that there are holders on the wall that are now empty, and then you walk into the next room, and now there's just a pile of weapons laying there on the floor. And you can hear Harold and Griselda in another room just chattering to themselves and like, oh, do you think it's warm enough? No, I don't think that. But do you have any whiskey? And
When Spell walks in, are the floors in this building rickety and loud?
yes, you can hear yourself creak under them. In fact, Spell, go on and give me a perception check real quick.
All right. That's terrible. It's 6.
You only hear Griselda and Harold in the back room just chattering to each other about the state of Brunhilde's kitchen.
I think I need more firewood. The stew's still quite cold.
Don't worry about that, and I'll like shove my hand down into one of the broken boards and pull it up, just creating this loud cracking and breaking sound of the wood.
Good
A
thinking.
bunch of
Good use.
spiders just kind of crawl out, and you hear a mouse just squeak as it runs away.
At the sight of the mouse, Harold is going to freak out and
Oh,
rage, and probably bust through the wall if it's like thin enough. He'll just and he'll start taking his hammer, his magical warhammer, and just smashing things.
All right, so the
She's back!
is,
She's
trying
back!
to run and dodge from Harold smashing it with a warhammer, and as you do so, you run after it, and then go ahead and make me a strength check, please.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love my life in D&D. I got a 8.
Man, those rolls. You're
Not
awfully
bad to me.
man. You put a bunch of holes into her floor. You just straight up like whack-a-mole. There is a bunch of holes now.
Griselda's completely like not even paying attention to the fact that he's just completely raging and just normal to her. I need a few pieces of wood for the fire. That's too much. Just a few. Then she's kind of looking around, picking up whatever she can, carnage that she can, and just stoking the fire to heat up the stew.
So would Spell have heard the ruckus, I'm assuming?
Oh, very much so.
I'm guessing we did,
drowns
yeah.
out everything else at this point.
So with all that, Spell's gonna kind of rush into here. Ooh, not onto there. Into here. What's going on in here?
You just see Harold smashing his hammer into the ground trying to catch a mouse, and then Griselda is just sitting at the table eating her stew.
Stew, perfect time, darling. It's warm now. Grab yourself some stew. Where is the elder?
She's right behind. I'm moving her right now, actually.
Oh, darling, come in for stew. Come. There's stew here. Come.
Again, same
Don't.
thing, like steps over a pile of weapons. Like, what are those doing here? Like, oh wait, is that my whip?
Bit of a hard time getting it to move, but there we go. That's close enough. She's in the
Perception
room.
check.
I will do
All of
a
us?
perception check.
For Theala, perception check as she
Okay,
enters that
Please do
room.
better than we've been doing.
15!
You can. They've just now settled down. Harold, the rat ran off. Mouse, whatever you want to call it, a thing with legs, and it was squeaking. And it has ran off under the floorboards again. But Theala, you hear muffled coming from the room to your left.
Right, well, voices that way probably should check there.
Yeah, the stew is this way. Where are you going?
Well, I'm not particularly hungry at the moment, and we are here to rescue our grandchildren, and hopefully those voices are connected to our grandchildren.
Oh, right, the grandchildren.
Grandchildren, yes.
Okay, hang on 1 second. And she'll like put her stew down and like again just kind of eat a little bit more before she like leaves the stew.
My son would be very irritated with me if I did not get his Zero out of here.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
I'm
while
coming.
all this talk is happening, I'm going to use my subtle spell and cast invisibility on myself.
Do it.
So I don't, with careful spell, if I remember correctly, I don't have to say, the careful spell allows me to, oh, not careful, I'm sorry, subtle spell. When I cast a spell, I can spend a sorcery point to cast it without any somatic or verbal components. So you don't hear me say anything, you don't see me move anything, I just fade into invisibility.
With that, the spell literally just disappears right in front of your eyes, Harold. I think Griselda just walked out of the room, so I don't think she would have seen this.
No.
Okay. With him. This, I mean, it's not abnormal. I
Right.
don't like the magic, but I know he does it. But there's a little bit of terrifying what's going to come next. And with hearing the kids, he's still enraged, so he's still just going to keep on. She's back! She's back! Like, he saw a polymorph into a small animal, so he's still, kind of having a moment here. And he'll
Do you
start
lash
to.
out with your weapon?
So he just spends the next few seconds. He takes a couple more swings at the floor and at the wall, like still having a moment of like the Hague is back. The mouse was the Hague.
Gotcha, trying to remodel her kitchen before she gets back
Yeah.
up. I get it.
Are you
And,
are you saying outside that she's out? Like you saying out loud that she's back? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. As he's hitting the floor, so it's just kind of the moment. It all passed, but he'll finally calm down.
Oh.
Like, where is Spell at?
And Spell, what are you doing now that you're invisible?
So, because Theala said something about the other room, right?
In the other room, she heard voices.
Yep. So he's just gonna kind of mosey around and kind of see if the door will open.
It is unlocked.
So he's just gonna kind of push the door open and peek into the room.
And you can see on the floor, tied up and gagged, is both Ysera and... Oh goodness, hold on, wrong layer. Bring it up. Edit. Oh, thanks. You see your grandkid and Theala's grandkid as well.
Still invisible. So I think I found something in here.
Whose voice is that? Ciela, is that you?
Sounds like Spell. I'm guessing he's up to his tricks again.
You hear more muffled yelling from inside the door because they can hear your
Yeah.
voices at this point. But
Well, he opened the door, correct? So
Yeah, the door is open.
Are we hearing it more clearly now? I would imagine. So then, Diala will come closer. Look inside.
And as you come in, you bump into me. Oh, be careful there.
Oh, I see what I see. All right. Pardon?
And Griselda will just kind of barge her way in. She might bump. This one must be Spell's grandchild. I'm assuming you there. You. Fiella, is this one yours?
Yes, that's Ysera. Yes.
Is any of these one mine?
Oh, I don't see your grandchild here.
Okay. Well, perhaps they need a hand, and she'll kind of lean down and start untying them.
And with that, they go ahead and untie them. They are... I wish I had them in the chat room. We were going to do like this whole meetup thing near the end. But they go ahead and they embrace you and they're like, Grandma, Grandpa, to... well, actually, no, just Ysera does.
Just, yeah.
Because she only sees her. And then, meanwhile, Calypso's kind of just like looking around. You see like little cat ears go down, like...
And once I see the ears go down, that's when I release the invisibility spell. Well, there you are.
Screams, and I think that Gesture would also roll back in that moment, kind of like a cat would if you like bonked them on their head, and then like stares at you, and then like would get very excited and then embrace you. And that's the only two that you see in this room, though.
Ysera, dear, where are the others? I know you have friends that you travel with.
They weren't in the stew, were they?
And that's why we're... No, I'm just kidding.
And that's where we end it. You
No,
guys
just
found the only
kidding.
ones alive, and
Well, you'll just have to think on that tonight, guys. Whether or not you ate your grandchildren.
Just sleeping in
No.
bed.
No, they weren't in the stew. I can confirm. It tasted like pork.
oh,
Ew.
That tells
Well.
me
Thank
nothing.
you, Dewey.
That tells me a whole lot of nothing. Thank you, darling.
Spell's
Tiala
gonna
was
look
like,
at this.
oh.
the wereborse.
Spell's gonna look at the kids. It seems you have gone into another adventure unprepared. And you left Hamlet at the inn?
I didn't want him to get left behind, Jester would probably say. That I forgot about him. We actually totally forgot about the donkey.
Hamlet loves
We retconned it near
adventures.
the end. We're like, oh no, we left him in town.
All right, where's the rest of your group?
They point over to the next room.
And Griselda will just like boot the door.
You explode the door, and again, not expecting people to just come barging in. Your grandson. Being like, he's a dwarf and he's also a barbarian, so he's taken aback, but he's not as exaggerated as Calypso would have been. But once you untie him,
Is there just one in there?
just one in that room. Yep, still one more
Oh,
missing
I
kid.
found another one. Who do you belong to, dear?
Grandma, it's me.
Who? Sorry.
Grandma,
Come here.
it's,
Let me take a look at you. Just come a little bit closer, please.
it's okay. You're having one of your spells again, and he just goes and embraces you.
What do you
And
mean?
when spell
It's,
hears
it's,
the-
it's,
Oh, go ahead.
it's the amulet.
And when Spell hears the word spells, you called?
No, I don't think he's talking to you. I think he's
Oh.
mine. Turn around quickly. Turn around, and she'll kind of like just turn him around. Perhaps you are my grandchild after all. Are you okay?
Yes, he's what he would say, and he's like, I think we're still missing Gallus.
No, do you know where he is?
I think there might have been one more room here in the cottage. I'm going to assume that he might be in there. And Harold, with that, go ahead and do me one more perception check.
And I am still in the kitchen.
Yep, you're still, unless you've decided to move since then.
Nope. I'm in the kitchen, on my back, weapons in my hand, just
Taking a little grandpa nap on the floor. I love it.
like so tired from bashing all the holes in the ground.
Where is the other room, darling? Is it connected here? Oh, I have to go around, don't I?
Unless you
It's
want to
everywhere.
be a great grandma and bust a hole through the
Oh
wall.
yeah. Oh, is the room just over? Can I make a perception check to see if I can hear muffling, like muffled
Yes,
sound?
of course.
I'll put
with
my
Harold and Griselda?
ear. Yeah, I'll put my ear against the wall.
And Harold got a 17.
Oh, then yes, both. And sorry, Griselda.
Sorry, what was it for strength?
If you're gonna blow a hole through the wall, yes, we'll go to do a strength test. If you want to do to listen, also perception. If you'd like to do both, go ahead and roll me both.
24 for strength to blow the door over. To wall. If you're in there, just to move over a little bit and on the right hand side. Oh darn, I'm pretty sure you're all tied up. But
What you really hear,
And she
Harold,
kind
is
of-
just one of the walls getting blown out on the other side.
she's kind of just gauging like where he would probably in the room, and she'll probably go like more up like to the top by the door area, and she'll just blow through there.
He was already in the corner, but as you burst through the wall, he shoves himself up more into the corner with wide eyes looking at you, and then upon realizing, oh, it's just my grandparents. Okay, we're good. At this point, the kids
That's
all
it.
call you grandparents because
Okay.
you guys, the group of adventuring kids are very close. You guys are very close, so you kind of are all just like family.
Oh, I think I found them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, correct? Is there 4 of you? Yes?
Mhm.
Kool-Aid Man action, yes, 100%, because Zelda just Kool-Aid Man through that door, through that wall.
Oh yeah.
And she'll help untie them as well. Coming back to her grandchild, she'll just kind of look and adjust her glasses and just do one of these, like, oh dear, your face. Do you need to wash?
He does. He's a barbarian. He's got smudges all over.
I think this is yours. Didn't I give this to you? I can't remember when. And she'll give the warhammer back.
Oh, that's very kind. And he goes, thank you, Grandma. And he goes and takes it and puts it back in his belt.
But next time, be more careful. I gave you that for a reason. It's not for other things. Keep an eye on it.
You're right, you're right. Sorry that you had to come and save us. I'd assume Skaga would say. I'm play acting them now at this point, guys. Sorry.
That's okay.
I love
don't
it.
put words into your mouth, but as the DM, I'm about to put words into your mouths.
Do it.
Okay, I can do it to myself.
Yeah, I was like, but Ysira's gonna be done by Evie.
Well, that was rather painless. I suppose we should head back to town.
Probably a good idea, yes.
You guys have actually just remodeled Brunhilde's house. You've upped the resale value, so if you guys want to sell her property later and make some coin, you guys can.
Oh, nice. See, it was a 3-bedroom, but now it's a 2 with the master bath.
Large master bedroom.
Large,
now. We
very
might even have a
spacious.
closet. Walk in.
Open concept.
Ysira the Bard will actually look at the others. Nan, just so you know, there was 2 other children here that we were actually sent to rescue. I don't know where they are, but their horrible mother sold them to this hag. So perhaps maybe we can help them. And
Spell's gonna look at the
Those 2 kids are nowhere to be seen, by the way. Nowhere.
Spell's gonna look at the You don't think they were in the stew, do you?
Again, I can confirm you guys did not eat children's stew. I wouldn't do that to you. It definitely
Thank you
tasted like
for-
war, though.
Thank you for letting me sleep at night, Kayla.
I have to sleep at night too. I even eat children.
Who am I?
It just tastes like chicken.
Monster.
You're a monster.
The smaller they are, the sweeter. No, we're done. We're done.
Okay.
Anyways.
About this time, Harold has managed to crawl his way to this back door and stand up. Agan, whatever, he stands up. Is the door locked?
No, it wasn't locked.
Okay.
But you have this very nice porthole to the left as soon as you open it.
So is everyone still in this area, or has everyone kind of walked to the front?
I'm in this living room or this where the fireplace is.
Yeah.
Like the map shows it. That's where I am.
imagine.
I'll just look through. Good job.
There's holes everywhere in this kitchen now. It looks like little meteors came in and just...
Harold, is the stew still warm?
Yeah. That's what That's what I've been doing. I've been keeping it warm.
It didn't sound like it, but okay. Children, are you guys hungry? There's stew here. Grandchildren. When was the last time you guys ate? Probably for a while. Come, I'll make you
You're
stew.
here, Calypso's tummy go...
Oh yes, you. Come, child. Let's go eat some stew. And she'll come into the kitchen and she'll rummage around for any kind of bowl she can to try to serve to the grandchildren and anyone else who is willing to eat.
They don't, they can't really say anything to Griselda because they've said no to her food before and they've seen where that has gone. So they all just kind of sit down at the table and accept the bowls of stew from her and looking at the stew, looking at Griselda, looking at you guys,
now. Eat. I've had it already. Eat. Come on. You'll never grow if you don't eat.
And yes.
So Theala, with the mention of being told about these other children, she's actually going to cast Divine Intervention, which automatically succeeds at the 20th level, to request aid from her goddess to try to find the location of these children quickly, while the rest of the while Griselda takes care of everybody's needs in the other room.
I'm hoping your god
Underneath-
points to the stew.
Oh, in
No, there's no children in this stew. It's totally fine. Now
You
take
are
your
in the living
weapons
room,
off
right?
the table.
Hmm?
We are.
Okay.
Oh.
over the couch, underneath the bear rug, you see a glowing light. A big glowing square.
Alright.
And as you move the bear skin across, you see a hatch. And you pull it open. And it's two kids, very dirty, stare up at you from the bottom of this hole. And they're just hugging each other.
Hello, dears. Are you all right down there? We've come
They
to
reach
help.
up their hands to you because they want out.
Yeah, she'll reach down and pull them up, and she should be strong enough, I think, to pull them both out.
They're
easily.
young babes too. Like,
Yeah.
they've been down there for about a week or so. And they look pretty tired.
So, for just to help them feel a little better, she would just give them some healing spells, just curing any wounds or anything. So she would cast cure wounds on each of them.
Fiala now has like two babes, one on each hip, and one of them shucking their thumb, and the other one's just staring at everybody silently.
So- Go ahead.
More grandchildren, Fiala. Well done.
Oh, get your weapons off the table. Go move. That's not where they belong. Whose grandchildren are those? Are those yours?
No.
They both look at you.
Oh, they look hungry. Bring them here. Bring them here.
Yeah, I'll bring them in.
Fiala's and just hand you over the kid. I don't know how to answer that. Fiala, you do know that the temple with which you frequent, they do take on orphans. However, the mother does still live in the very same town or village, so that's something that can be dealt with later.
They will be brought back with Tiala to the temple to be cleaned up and fed, and then there will be intervention between what happened, since the rest of the party can confirm that what had transpired after the children had told them in the previous session.
Yes, very much so, because in this particular area, slavery is not acceptable, especially of children. You don't sell children.
You don't eat children either.
Thank you. That's also the most important part that we all learned today. Don't eat children.
Don't do it.
Who's eating children? Now everybody watch your
See
step.
everybody look up from their bowls.
I said we don't eat children. Calm down
Oh.
and finish your food. Come on. Just watch the hose. Be careful.
They eat their food, they scrape their bowls clean, and with that they traipse around the kitchen that is now bunches of holes in it and out into the living room, and you guys will all group outside the house to discuss how you guys will be getting back to the town.
There we go.
Are we gonna plane shift again, Terry?
So if we did, we'd be stuck there till a long rest. So I don't think it's a good idea. I don't have enough spell slots for a plane. I want to. Trust me. I thought about it. I thought maybe we just plane shift and then take a
What
long
is
rest.
life without a little bit of adventure?
We'll go ahead and montage it then. So you guys start walking back to the forest. It's a very easy trek considering you guys know the way now. You don't even need directions. As you do so, your grandkids will regale you. What's that?
So I can do one thing, I think. Let me
Do a
see.
thing.
This is me learning sorcerer. Wait a minute. No. Yes. No. Can I do that? No, I can't do that,
Oh.
but I might be able to do. Does this make us go faster?
Please tell me it does, because this will make this even better.
Yes. So I'm
So,
going
like-
to. Oh, how many people do we have?
8.
8.
Let me see if
10.
I-
8 and a donkey.
10.
Oh, 8, 8,
One,
9, 10. Oh, yeah.
2,
10.
3,
Because of the kids.
4,
So-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I will
I'm gonna-
allow, as long as Theala carries or somebody carries both the children, I'll allow that to count as 1.
I have enough spell slots, so I'm just gonna cast haste on everybody.
So, like, as older folk tend to do sometimes when younger people are talking to them, they're telling you and regaling you of all the tales of the fight that they had with Brunhilde earlier in the wereboars and werewolves, and you go, and as you do that, you cast haste, and you just, as you guys are walking, and it's just super fast and quick, and you guys end up in the temple where Theala was last.
Okay, good. Oh man.
She goes, yeah, and then it was over.
Oh, good. I'm glad that went quicker than I anticipated.
They don't realize it though, especially since they're such low-level spellcasters, that you guys do that to them quite often. And just cast haste on them.
Oh, well, we made it back safely. I wonder if your friends have taken care of Brunhilde von Flan.
And Theala will go and inquire as to how the ritual is going for finding Brunhilde the snail.
As you guys enter into the temple again, the large wooden doors creak open to reveal the temple floors, and what was once organized cots and clerics and such running about doing their daily duties, everything looks like a tornado had hit the room. And you guys all stand there in the open doorway, Theala with 2 children, one on each hip, Spell holding a donkey, and Griselda and Harold probably punching each other. That's where we're going to go ahead and end the game.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank
I
you
don't
so much, you
Yeah,
guys.
Taylor!
Thank you.
You are the best group to play this with, and honestly, we're gonna create this more into like a more digestible, we'll call it like a module that's easier to run. But this is something that me and a group of friends have always wanted to do, is play level 20 PCs, again, something that people don't get to do as often, and then also play it more in like, and this means no offense to anybody, is more like a geriatric version of it, because my character is themed after my grandma. So it just holds a lot of sentimental value, and you guys did a fantastic job playing your characters, especially Theala playing her own grandparents. Harold coming in at the last second, saving the day and renovating like crazy. I'll call you, by the way, when I plan to renovate my kitchen. We also have Griselda. You played that dementia perfectly. And just so you guys know that Vivi actually does work with older folk in homes like that. So she's a professional, you guys. So not only does she do this to not only pay respect to those that she loves and spends time with daily, but also you did such an amazing job. Thank you, Vivi. And it's a fantastic time playing with you for the first time as well. And of you as well,
So
Terry.
fun.
Playing with Spell. I was not expecting you to whip out a cat that was afraid of water. Totally makes sense now that you have a ring of water walking and a decanter of endless water. You know,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh man, that was
so
fun.
awesome.
I had a
That
blast.
was so
great.
fun. Yeah, super, super fun.
Oh, and sorry, apologies. You're saying, Vivi?
I was just saying, it's like you said, it's just something that we don't typically do, like get to level 20 characters, and then just adding the senior twist to it. It's really, really
Yeah.
fun. And
I
thank
was
you.
going to be kind
for-
of mean and lower your guys' movement speed down by 10 feet, and I was like, nah, we're not going to be mean like that.
We do have haste, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was 10 spell slots. I literally, all I have left are my 4 first level spell slots.
I'll be honest though, it makes perfect sense for you guys at an older age just to use all your spells for like movement and stuff to like get around more easily. I loved it.
Oh man. No, that was a blast. Thank you so much for DMing that.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate your patience as we worked out all those tech difficulties. Also, you guys, to everybody in chat, thank you again for hanging out and having fun with us. I apologize I wasn't as active in chat as I would have liked to have been. If I flop back and forth between certain screens, it straight up pauses the Discord, and so that's fun. With that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and take off for the rest of the night. Again, thank you all for, if you guys did subscriptions, if you guys did biddies, it is always greatly appreciated. It all goes to the BBRPG funds. And with that, let's go ahead and also mention the sponsors one last time before we take off. Also, you guys as well, where we can find you and who you played today and your favorite part of the game. Lots
Evelyn,
of stuff.
you going
Loading
first?
all the stuffs.
You want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm Evelyn again. I was Tiala and Ysira in the previous session with the grandkids adventure. And my favorite part of today's session was Griselda. I loved every second of her.
Thank you.
Yes. And just you can find me Instagram, Twitter at TheaterEvie. And yeah, and I'm on BlueBox all the time. So, yeah.
Yes, she is.
You want to run through all the sponsors quick too?
I can do that really quick. I'm just gonna list them off and put their links in the chat. We have Cozy Gamer, Mantic Games, Trollord Games, Frederica Draws, Mike Disney, and Ferox Fabrication. So all their links are there now in the chat. So if you want to check out any of the really awesome stuff that they do, these people are incredible, and we are so appreciative to have them as our sponsors on this channel. Check them out, buy cool things, give them love because they deserve it.
Vivi, you want to go next?
Yes, and can I just applaud that wonderful multitasking skills because she was typing and talking at the same time. Thank you, Evelyn. We are not worthy. Very greatly appreciated of you. My name is Vivi. I play Griselda, the dementia-ridden barbarian. My favorite part of the stream was her relationship with Rory's character. I think it was really funny that they just were very like rough and Barbie like together, just always fighting and like hitting each other, even if they're old. Like it's still kind of fun that still resonates even in their old age. You can find me at the DM's Quest on Instagram. I do mini painting, train building, DMing, all different kinds of things like that. A little mixed bag of all different things like that. So that's me. On to you, Terry.
All right. So first off, I had a blast today. This was fantastic. Favorite part was being able to use spells that do things other than damage, which is a lot of fun. And you can find me lots of places with Machik ED, MACHIKED, and gonna be starting up my own campaign soon. So keep an eye out for that on Twitch. Hopefully gonna be streaming that coming up, though in the Pathfinder universe. So yeah, going a little different, trying out some new things. So Rory, you're up, dog.
Yeah, so my name is Rory. You can find me on MeWe, Rory Self. Aside from that aside, I played Harold, the old, leathered, wrinkly, grumpy barbarian. Favorite part was a few things. So the interaction with Vivi's character, also the interaction with Spell. Like the just no, not having the spell. No, not doing this. Didn't go good for many levels. Not doing this now. So just that kind of banter back and forth between the characters.
And then we'll finish up with Timelordswife.
Thanks, you guys. My favorite part was actually just having the ability to play with you guys, honestly. It was an honor and a privilege to meet you guys at BlueBoxCon, and even more of an honor and privilege to actually DM for you. Again, thank you guys for just rolling with the punches today and honestly just having a ball with it, because you guys are what make this game fun. And you did just
And
that.
real quickly before we go, if you're watching and you haven't followed, if you are following but you're not subscribed, if you have a subscription but it's lapsed and you haven't resubscribed, we have one question here on Blue Box for you, and that question is, what are you doing?
Tuesday night and Wednesday night, 2 more streams, guest DMs. Make sure you stop by.
Yep, we're gonna have up next is gonna be Twisted Tower, and Phantom NJ, also known as Robert, will be DMing for that one. And then after that, we're gonna have Nostalgia Mansion, and that will be DM Danny. So look forward for the posts for that on all the social medias, and stay tuned. We'll be back with you guys shortly. Other than that, sweeties, you guys have a good night. You guys stay safe. That way we can see you guys next time. Bye. You know, I did not send the love to anybody the other day, so let's go ahead and do that.
Raid somebody.
Let's go ahead and raid somebody. See, I've got Dork Tales sitting at 7 viewers. Let's make sure they're not a rerun.
A Dork Tales. Oh.
We're gonna see Dark Tales.
Is it not a rebound, please? That would be funny.
Mics are still live, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
I might not have permissions. Evie, will you help me, please?
Yes, let me see. Let's get our and go in. I think, yeah, because you need to be logged in onto the, yep. I'm on that, actually.
Dink, dink,
She
dink.
just said like 30 things, and there was not a complete sentence in it. I liked it.
No.
/raid. Who are we raiding?
/raid, Dork Tales, capital D, capital T.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Woo! A Dark Tales.
There it goes. There's the raid.
Yay!
the timer is counting down. It's going.
It's the final countdown.
Oh,
Hi, guys.
yes.
Thank you again, you guys. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you even later. Oh, you'll see us
And-
later. Most of us.
Rating with a party of 25.
25.
25.
2-5.
Woot.